morning. We got the old man here with his papers.
Get your papes.
Get your papes. We all four slept. It was like the greatest night's sleep, I think, for all of us. So that was very rejuvenating.
Sleep of the angels.
That's right. I want to show you a couple of things we received as gifts last night or yesterday that were so sweet and so thoughtful. Okay, one of them, my parents always get all of us a ornament for the year, which I love. And so, if you put it against the light, yeah, like, wow, what a difference. You put it against the light, it's the nativity scene. Isn't that beautiful? My sister made everyone bath salts. Like, that is so sweet. So, super excited about that. And then my parents got us multiple things, but one of my favorites I wanted to show, they got me a mug, a Wicked mug. That makes me so happy. They said they were trying to find the green one so we could have like the set for me and Tyler. But I love the pink one. I just thought that was so thoughtful and so useful, combining two of my favorite loves, Wicked and coffee mugs. Okay, have you guys heard of this game? So it was one of the white elephant gifts, and it's the one I ended up stealing it from someone so I could have it. And this numerous family members were like, oh my gosh, we love that game. We play it all the time. So apparently it's like you draw a card and it's a category, and then you have a certain letter and you have to name something in that category that starts with that letter, but you only have a couple seconds. Then I think it's maybe the next person's turn. They were describing it as like categories mixed with like catchphrase, where there's that timed element. So anyway, this sounds right up our alley. It sounds super fun. We have been in charge of games everywhere. And so the girls, they got robes from my parents, and all the kids did. And boy, it was a hit. They're both wearing their robes, watching Frozen 2 right now. It's just so cute. So last night we ended up playing the candle game where you blow out the candles from earlier in Vlogmas. That was so much fun. And then we did one new one that we hadn't played yet was where we hung a garland like in a doorway. You're throwing candy canes to try to see if you can hook any on the garland. Surprisingly hard, but also fun. We did, however, break 1 million candy canes. So my sister was mentioning, if you're ever going to play that game, that you can buy plastic candy canes that you could use year after year. I'm like, that would have been smart. I didn't even know that was a thing. So anyway. So the other thing I just spent a few minutes doing is any of the Christmas cookies we got from friends, neighbors, from that little cookie party. I tried to put in separate little bags because I had a bunch in here and they were already starting to go stale. And then the flavors, my thing is with cookies, I hate it when the flavors start to mix. And like if this is red velvet and this is like ginger or something, the red velvet starts to taste like ginger. Like that grosses me out. So anyway, so I've got them separately bagged. Hopefully they'll stay fresher longer, and we'll of course enjoy these over the next week. I might put some of them in the fridge and or freezer, just depending, because we also have, of course, the cookies we made. I'm glad we did end up giving away a lot of the ones we made though, which is to me kind of the point. That's why I enjoy doing it, is sharing it. But we still have some, which is good because of course I want to enjoy them, but I always forget how many we end up with from other people anyway. So yeah, no shortage of cookies in the household. I am about to go get a quick shower because I ended up working out today. Very proud of myself for doing, because I definitely needed it after yesterday and the day before. So yeah, gonna go shower. We've got laundry, dishes to tackle, and gifts to wrap. We've got to get it all done today.
Well, hi. So I am about to try and tackle all these dishes over here. We have so many. It's one of those things that when you're baking and cooking so much for the holidays, I mean, I feel like we always have dishes, but it's especially bad this time of year. So I'm going to try and get all these dishes cleaned up. I'm debating, I want to throw on some kind of Christmas movie. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm leaning towards doing Spirited because I haven't watched that this year, and I do like that one. Maybe Bad Moms Christmas. That's also a good one. I don't know. I also need to save some for wrapping because I like having Christmas movies on when I'm wrapping too. Anyway, so I'll figure that out. But I'm going to do these dishes, and then I think I'm going to go on a run. And then after that, Gigi and I are going to head to work. Gigi's going to be there hanging out with me for a little bit, and I am going to try and get the faucet done at work, so that can finally be done. Cross that project off the list, which will be a very good feeling. And then coming home after that, I need to wrap Jessica's gifts today. I'm going to try and get hers done. And then I'm going to start bread for the Braun Christmas tomorrow. I have to start that tonight, and then it goes overnight, and then I'll finish it in the morning. And I might, if I have time, try and make a bundt cake with my new pan, because my mom has a recipe that she sent me that it was the one that I had growing up that I loved. I remember loving it. It's been so long since I've had it. So if I have time, I'm also going to try and get that done. So still lots to get done today, but that is the plan. Just finished editing Vlogmas. I might have already said that. I genuinely have completely lost my mind at this point, guys. And it is exporting right now, so that'll be going up here soon. So yeah, it should be a very, very fun rest of the day. Welcome to what I hope is the very exciting conclusion of me putting a new kitchen faucet in here. So I started this earlier in the week, and I was like, hopefully I can get it done in one day. I was like, well, hopefully I can get it done tomorrow. Well, here we are. It's like 5 days later. I'm finally going to hopefully have a chance to finish it. So, shouldn't, knock on wood. Oh no. There we go. Shouldn't take too long. But Jess is at home and Felicity's sleeping. Genevieve is here with me. She's hanging out. So I'm going to try and get this done. And yeah, I guess that is all the exposition you need. Let's continue from where we left off. You may remember I took it out. Now let's put the new one.
All right, gonna go down, wrap some gifts. This feels appropriate for the occasion. This is the cranberry fizz flavor of the Poppy that I got a bit ago. It's pretty good. It definitely, like, I feel like I wouldn't want to drink this any time at this time of year, so I'm glad I just got the 4-pack. And it's not my favorite flavor, but it's still good. Like, I would probably get it again next holiday season too. You know what I mean? Okay. I bought something on a whim. Where did it go? Where did it go? There it is. It's called the Little Elf gift wrap cutter. So all you do is basically, well, I'll just show you how it works, but it cuts it really easily. And it was a couple bucks. I was like, I'm trying this. So, this is a gift for Tyler's stocking that he already saw because he accidentally opened the package. So we'll just do that one. So let me get it sized the way I would need it. Okay, that should be good. So you put the cutter on the actual roll, and then, here, I might need you on this side to see this. So you put it on the actual roll, but then where you're wanting to cut it, you put that paper through, so it could just be going through it, but when you're ready, you put it on the little, like, cutter part. And I've only done this once, so bear with me if this doesn't work as well, but yeah. Amazing. Perfect. Perfect. That is the coolest little thing. So you'd still need scissors to, like, cut it some more because, like, I don't need this entire piece here. But yeah, wanted to bring that up because I thought it might be gimmicky, and it worked perfectly. And this is not even like the super-duper nice paper. You know how there's kind of like different ones, and it still works perfectly. So want to point it out. Pretty cool. Even if you won't have it in time for this year, it might be awesome for next year. Also, I'm watching Christmas Vacation because we had it on the other day, but I wasn't in the room as much, so I only watched like a few minutes. So I'm gonna watch this since I am alone wrapping while Sweet Lissy is napping. But yeah, this is one of my favorite things to do at Christmas time. That's what's so funny. Like, I like baking cookies. I enjoy it, but I think I like wrapping gifts more, especially when Tyler and I are together doing it. So tonight we might wrap some more together, but I'm trying to get all of his wrapped while he's not here. I mean, for obvious reasons. So yeah, and then I also was able to get, I had, like, you know, things came in the mail. So I was getting things out of boxes, breaking boxes down, and putting them away until we have the time to wrap the kids' gifts. So,
all right, all done. Looking pretty nifty. I like it. Ta-da! And look, it's got this like wide angle spray. If you can see that there. It's pretty cool. And the soap dispenser works. Yay! Life is good.
well, we are having one of those dinners that is where you look in the fridge and say, okay, what do we have? So we had some carrots. It made such a small amount. And I've been munching on them because I'm so hungry. I've got tofu going. I'm going to cut those up and kind of cube them and cook them a little bit longer. And then I have like half a bottle of sweet and sour sauce from Aldi that was in the fridge that's still good. I'm going to put that on there. I'm making literally 90-second rice. So we're going to have like sweet and sour sauce, tofu on the rice, the carrots. I think some of Tyler's bread he made recently is still good. We need to check it. I think it is. And if so, we'll have that on the side. Maybe a salad. Whatever, it works. And we're using up things we had, so that worked out really well. I am, however, doing the tofu in sesame oil. I bought this big boy recently, and we use sesame oil for a lot of like this kind of cooking. And it just smells really good.
Okie dokie. So Jessica is here making dinner. I've got some toast going here with some homemade bread, and I'm actually about to start making this ciabatta, which I've never made this before. This is from that same cookbook. This is the season for this cookbook, man. It's the King Arthur Baking School book. So I've made ciabatta in the past. But it was some random recipe I found online, I think. Or no, actually, anyway, it doesn't matter. This is a new one. And so there's a pre-ferment, and I'm going to start that tonight, and then I'm going to bake the rest of it tomorrow. So just so you can kind of see here, I'm getting it started. It looks really good. I love ciabatta. And you can also, we used to get it in rolls. And we used to have it like for dinner, or we'd have it for like sandwiches and stuff like that. So anyway, getting that started right now, and then it's time for dinner.
Kind of looks like chicken, doesn't it? Well, I was minding my own business, folding laundry over here, when all of a sudden I look and I think two things. One, why was Felicity eating chips up here? Two, Pinocchio. This is his one job, you know? He's always scrounging around for any scrap we might accidentally drop while we're cooking or eating. And yet this has definitely been here at least a few hours. And this is his favorite snoozing spot. And yet the crumbs remain. What am I going to do with them? Also, Tyler made us some of that calm magnesium drink. We try to drink every night. And I've gotten questions. I know I've answered it before, but I used to have really bad restless legs. And for me, that manifested as, why is this wet? Okay, it's just cold. What's going on No, that is wet. Why is that wet? Okay, we've got a lot of mysteries to solve up here. Anyway, for me, restless leg kind of manifested as like, it wasn't that my legs I used to think when I would hear restless leg syndrome that it was like you couldn't stop moving your legs. I realized for me, it was almost like this heaviness in my legs, but I don't think that's really the term I mean, but I can't think of a better way to say it. And so it was almost like the bottom of my legs were sore, but they weren't really sore. It was bizarre. So I would end up moving them a lot and like rubbing them together just to try to make them feel better. I don't know. I'm struggling to explain it, obviously. But once I started drinking, or at least ingesting magnesium in some format, I think for a while I took like magnesium pills. So I've done different things, but this is kind of what has stuck with us. And I definitely notice, first of all, I haven't had restless legs like that issue in years since doing this. And I will start to notice it creep back up every once in a while, even just in a minor way, if it's been like a few days since I've drank the calm magnesium drink. So I don't know, I'm not a doctor, do your own research, make your own decisions. This is just what works for me, but it's been working really well. So just wanted to throw that out there. If you're someone that kind of has similar symptoms, you might maybe ask a doctor, do your own research. Like I said, try it out. I don't know. I'm very thankful because that was like years of a very minor inconvenience, but it was enough that like it would affect my sleep a decent amount, also with our crumbs in the background here. I am really behind. I guess I'm like halfway through. I was hoping to like have this done by Christmas. That's obviously not going to happen. But I think if I read it, I mean, it's technically the Christmas season, even throughout Christmas, after Christmas. So I'm going to finish it either way. But hopefully I'll get it finished kind of over our winter break, if you will, by the new year. So we'll see. I'm enjoying it. It's not what I thought it would be. I thought it was, I mean, it is kind of a devotional, but I don't know. It's a little different, but it is interesting, and it's different than the ones I've read in the past. All of Tyler's socks. That's from like 4 days. It's been a while since we've sat and chatted with.
Yeah, when was the last time we did this?
Well, we didn't do it at all the last 2 days because it was a combined vlog, and in neither one we did it. So yeah, it feels. I mean, it's just 3 full days, I guess.
Yeah.
We're about to go downstairs and wrap the gifts for the Christmas celebration tomorrow with your family.
But we're going to watch while we wrap.
We're going to try to watch
Die Hard.
Okay, so you guys can calm down.
I cannot wait to watch it. I was hoping to like have one evening where we could just sit and watch it, but I'm like looking at our schedule, it's probably not going to happen. But this will be like, because I wanted to do it before Christmas, because from what I've heard, it is a Christmas movie.
The other one I really want to watch if we ever have that kind of time, like maybe on Christmas Eve, Meet Me in St. Louis. We talked about it. Now all of a sudden it's being fed to me. Mm-hmm. The algorithm, I'm like... So I'm like, did you know that Judy Garland, I've never seen it. Whoever, Vicente Minnelli, does that sound right? That's where she met him. And of course, that's Liza Minnelli's dad.
No kidding. Did I ever tell you guys about the time that I rode in an elevator with Liza Minnelli?
It's true.
I don't remember what it was. It was some, it was when they were opening a new theater in town. They had us dress up as like bellhops or something like that. Wasn't it bellhops?
I don't know. I did another event around the same time.
They were like doing fundraisers essentially to open a new theater. And they had Michael Feinstein had Liza Minnelli come and perform. And so I got to watch them perform, and it was really cool. And it was a real small little venue,
Liza Minnelli didn't perform, right?
Yeah,
she was.
Yeah, she sang, and and
really?
then I rode in the elevator. It was just the three of us down from the upper area where they did the performance down to the thing. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm riding in an elevator with Liza Minnelli. That's crazy. Such a weird 45 seconds of my life that I will never forget. And it was just by happenstance that it all lined up, and I'm just being...
You're just like...
This is crazy. I was like, do you know who your mom is? Like, do you remember when you were
Do you remember when you used to do the shows with your mom? And do you remember that?
Do you remember being in Cabaret? That was awesome.
Do you remember how your mom... It'd just all be about her mom. She's like,
Arrested Development.
Anyone brings up for my mom one more time.
Yeah.
Anyway. I just ordered you a last-minute Christmas gift for your stocking.
Yeah.
That, according to Amazon, will be here overnight. We'll see. I feel like I could understand if it wasn't.
Exciting.
It's something that you would love, that you've asked me about, if this kind of thing exists. And I've said, I think so, but I'm not sure.
Gosh, I have no idea what it would be.
And I can't wait for you to open it, because you'll be like, ooh.
Okay.
That's all. Don't get too excited.
I know, but I'm very
It is under $10, I'll tell you that.
I'm very intrigued. This is exciting.
I'll have to tell you guys in the future what it is.
I was just laughing, and I was telling Jessica, I'm like, there are so many kids' books that when I'm reading, they rhyme, and they must be written for a British audience, or originally by an English writer, because this happens, what I'm about to tell you, it happens in Madeline. Mm-hmm. I was just reading the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer original 1939 version. And there's
Is that when that was published?
I looked at the copyright because I was like, but there's another one too. And as an American, it trips me up every time. Mm-hmm. You're reading and everything's rhyming and all that kind of stuff. And then it says something about, and then they went again and again and something on a plane. Oh, again and again on a plane. It trips me up every time they try and rhyme again, and I have to go back like, oh, again.
That's so funny. It's true.
I'm trying to think what the line is.
It's always with the word again.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what the other one is in Madeline, but it trips me up every time.
If you have a British accent, do you say again? Because why does that sound wrong to me though too? Like in certain dialects, maybe you wouldn't even say it that way. I'm trying to hear it in my head though.
Gotta do it
like Queen Elizabeth probably would have said again.
Again. And
so you sound like...
And a plane. And again, and again.
I'm sorry, guys.
Anyway, that one trips me up every time. Like I said, there's another major book that I read to Felicity that happens every time, and I can't think of what it is, but...
She's a big fan of the Madeline
Yeah.
story. Tonight I was reading her Harold and the Purple Crayon.
Didn't
they make a movie about that? I feel like I remembered seeing previews and then I never heard about it again. Like recently. Maybe it hasn't come out yet. Anyway.
I didn't hear about that.
It's such a cute little kid story. But I always wonder with Felicity and her age, I'm like, there's a lot of vocabulary in there that I'm like, she doesn't know what I'm saying here. You know, but I'm like, well, that's how they learn it. And that's how they figure it out. But it's interesting that she'll let me read that whole book because it's... Anyway.
Yeah, I mean, they take context clues on it. Like you said, that's exactly how they learn.
Yeah.
I was a teacher, you know.
That's right.
Anyway, anything else to say? It's crazy. We have one more after this. One more Vlogmas.
Is that right? We were just trying to figure out.
Yeah, because it's a long story.
We've got a chart. We have a chart. Anyway, we got to figure it. So there should be
two more Vlogmas videos
after this.
Yeah. So then one will come out on the 24th, and then the other one should come out on the 26th.
Yeah, our like Christmas celebration here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then at some point we'll try and film, hopefully before the end of the year, but maybe I guess early next year. But hopefully before the end of the year are what we read this year.
Yeah.
Which again, so as of right now, by the way, that one, I think we're only gonna talk about like 10 books each.
Yeah.
Because we always talk about like 75 different books, and so often we're just like kind of showing a title and moving on because there's just so many that we're talking about.
Yeah.
Also, I was laughing. I was looking at my year in review, and I'm like, I don't think anybody's gonna want to read any of these books. They were all very specific.
Though, because yours are also, you definitely have an eclectic reading style. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like all
reading choices.
Yeah, and I think that's part of I like all genres. Like I'm literally reading a book right now called Walking with Destiny. It's about Churchill. It's like 1,000 pages all about Churchill. But then I'll also read something like People We Meet on Vacation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So I'm kind of all over the map in that way.
Yeah.
But the ones I read this year, we went to Rome earlier this year, and so like half of my books are about Rome, like very specific ancient.
But maybe it's perfect then that we're just picking 10.
That's what I'm saying. So that's my whole point. Is that I'm like I could read through them all, but I'm like I don't think anybody's gonna care about any of these books that I read. So anyway, so I think our top 10 from the year is a good.
I think that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it might be in the new year, just depending, because we'll
have to see how
trying to like actually take a break after Christmas.
Yeah. So we'll see. Like I said, we'll figure that out.
You'll find out soon enough. Anyway, all right. Well, shall we sign off?
I think so.
We've actually got a decent amount to wrap tonight before we can call it quits for the evening. So, Die Hard, we're going to try to be able to focus and wrap. If we can't focus, we're going to have to do it on a different day.
Honestly, yeah.
Anyway, all right. We love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.